I love it. I love that it was totally doing like a live closed captioning for us there for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Renatus J.A.M. My name is Jay Stark, and joining me as always is my fearless co-host,
Mr. Matt Snyder.
Mr. Matt Snyder.
Just trying to find it on my book face as well.
On your book face. Oh, nice. Somebody was letting us know that they could hear us and see us. I appreciate that. Thank you. We're just getting things kicked off today, and we are excited to be here. We have so much I can't wait till we get to our featured guest for today, and you guys will know him, and it's going to be an awesome opportunity. But before we do that, let me ask the question, Mr. Snyder.
Yes.
What's new and exciting?
Well, we have the 10-day coming up here on February 1st of 2022.
The 10-day challenge.
That's right. Probably, will that be the last one we run before Nationals?
Probably not. Here's the deal. Are you ready for this? At the end of this last 10-day, which just ended last Thursday,
yeah,
we crowned our very first 4-time Spartans. Quattro Spartans.
Okay, so somebody has a chance at 5-time Spartan.
I think we could, at the national conference, actually have 6-time
That's
Spartans.
That's where I'm headed with
stage.
that. So that would be really cool. That would be really, really cool.
I can't wait. The goal, just so we're all on the same page here, the goal is to get 500 Spartans on the stage at the national conference.
We're close, right?
500. I
I don't know what the number is. Do you?
I have an estimation, and we're not close enough.
Well, come on, guys. Get with it.
Get on
That's
the
right.
Spartan train.
That's right.
I tell you what, some of the results that our people have had as they're going through the 10-day challenge have been awesome. And this is for everybody, those people that are brand new to Renatus all the way to the most seasoned pack member. They have had incredible results in their business by going through the 10-day, by doing the homework, and then by the very last thing that Bob says on day number 10 is go out there, rinse and repeat. Do it again and again.
Yeah.
Don't only take part in the challenge while the challenge is going on. Now that you are a 10-day conqueror, go out there and do it again and again and again. And we've got people doing that.
Yeah.
And they are creating amazing results in their lives.
Closing some business, man. I love it. Making sales.
You know, it's just like you and I were talking about, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, about watching the belief in people, how they believe in themselves, and they start to see what they're capable of. They start to see what they can really do.
Yeah.
And I've seen that in the 10-day challenge as people are like, I can do that.
Well, yeah, we're seeing people that are brand new even come in and do it, and I, like I said, last time, I think that there's a handful of people out there that might feel a little maybe ashamed or something that they didn't know or do all these things already because they've been in Renatus for a
don't
few
be
years
embarrassed.
or something. Yeah, just do it. Yeah, don't
just
don't
do it.
Be. Don't
just
be.
get in
just
there,
go out there and do it.
And realize we all start somewhere, and we can only progress from where we are.
Yeah.
We can't progress from where we want to be. We have to progress from where we are to get to where we want to be.
Yeah.
So accept where you are and progress from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our featured guest could probably have something to say about that.
I think so as well, but we'll get to that in just a
that.
minute.
I don't want to get out in front of you. So
don't get out in front of this, Matthew.
Yeah.
Senior left turn.
Yes, that's me. So we also have...
Well, hang on. Don't, because I have an announcement.
Okay, you do that. While you make that announcement,
you mess with your mic because I know it's bugging you.
It's really bugging me, dude.
Dude, you should just give it a stern talking to. Write it a letter. We'll see how effective that is. All right, so here's the deal. For everybody who's on the line, I'm going to give you first. You guys will be the very first in the Renatus community to hear this. Nobody else has heard it yet, including Spartans. So if you are a Spartan, listen close. That's what we call people that have completed the 10-day challenge, Spartans.
Yes.
We're not as Spartans. So if you're a Spartan, listen up. We have, as a response to the very first 10-day challenge. Bob said, you give me 10 days, I'll give you 10 weeks. And for the next 10 weeks, once a week, he got on a call with every Spartan and he brainstormed, he did trainings, he answered questions, and you could start to just hear the years of experience coming out in the stories that Bob would tell. The years that he learned and struggled and just the way that he was able to grind through the problems that were in front of him, and then he shares that experience. It makes it so much more not just believable, but understandable for every single person on the line. Anyway, we did 10 weeks of these. We called them the Spartans Unite, because that's where all the Spartans come together. I can tell you guys firsthand right here, me and you'll be the very first to know that we are going to make that live tomorrow for all Spartans. We will give you the 10 recordings that we did. But wait, there's more.
There is more, yeah.
We are going to throw in the 2 recordings from the PZM update. The PZM update with slides and without. So Bob did the one with slides, and then he had Scott Rowe come out and do the one without, and they're incredible. So
if I'm a Spartan, where do I view such amazing material?
This is what I love it. Yes is on here, and she's like, yoo-hoo! So I just wanted, well, okay. Here's where it's going to be. You're going to go into the My Purchases tab inside of Helios, and that's where you'll be able to view all of the videos. I'm super excited. We've never been able to launch a video series like this before, and so we've proven the model, and we've seen it work. It's going to be awesome. So as of tomorrow, those will be under the My Purchases section for all Spartans. It doesn't matter if you're a Spartan from the very first or if you're a first-time Spartan from this last challenge that we've done. If you are a Spartan, as of tomorrow, you will have access to that video. So now there's just one more benefit to going through the 10-day. Not only do you get 10 incredible days of training and challenges where you are pushing yourself in the most effective, most efficient way to start creating activity and accomplishment in your business, but then you get the national recognition, meaning that we'll announce you and highlight you on the Founders Live, and then we'll also pull you on stage at the national conference to recognize you there. You get the Spartan Medal, that huge medal. We're going to get that to you. We'll send it out to you so that you can proudly wear it, display it, show it off, and let everybody know that you are a 10-day conqueror. And now you will also get the 10 Spartan Unite calls in Helios delivered to you directly.
That is so cool.
That's the 10-day challenge right there in a nutshell.
I love it. I love that's fantastic, man. That is such good content.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, if you are serious about making money as an ICM, that you need to be a 10-day Spartan Challenger winner.
Yes.
Spartan, as we call it. And you need to go through those videos.
And it was awesome because I see Lisa Jardin's on the line with us, and she said, I missed a couple of those, so this is going to be great.
Yeah.
That's the best part is we had Spartans who weren't always able to be on the call with us.
Yeah.
And now they can get all of those calls, they can get all of the content and get that extra benefit from the 10-day challenge.
It's wonderful.
It's gonna be
wonderful
awesome.
Stuff.
All right. Sorry. Now,
all the more reason to become a Spartan.
Spartans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spartans rock Renatus.
That's right.
I feel like a song coming on in my head here. All right, Matthew, what else is new and exciting? We got 2 other things we need to cover.
We haven't even mentioned those medals, right? The Spartan medals. So
it's
been a while since we talked about those.
That's true.
Right?
We should probably bring one of those out sometime.
We should. I hear they stop bullets.
I'm not going to go so far as to say.
We should test it live on the J.A.M.
Oh my gosh.
Not with one of us behind it.
I see Matt. He's like, okay, Jay, now don't move.
Hold still. No, but those things, I mean, they're just rock solid. Like, they are thick and they are real, and
Yeah.
so it's cool. I love it's a cool award, something
Yeah.
that everyone should aspire to. But more importantly, you should be serious about making money as an ICM in your business. And
the biggest reward is watching those people who come into Renatus, who are trying but don't necessarily have a clear path laid out in front of them, and then having them understand. They gain that clarity. Step 1 is, okay, step 1 is done. Step 2 is, okay, step 2 is done. And then when they walk through all 10, they're like, oh, that's how I invite people. That's how I have the conversation. That's how I give them an opportunity to see what Renatus can do for them.
Money-making activities.
Booyah, baby.
Yeah. Don't get tied up in anything else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, that is I totally heard like the William Tell overture in my head. Wasn't William Tell the one who shot the apple off his son's head?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think
all right.
I had that same thought, though, the apple on the head kind of thing.
Stand still. Okay, so what else
your breath.
What else is new and exciting? We have 2 other things we need to talk about before we bring out our featured guest who seems to have disappeared on us.
Yeah, I hope he comes back. He or she.
They
come back.
Okay, go ahead. What else?
Let's see. We've got national conference coming up. That's a big friggin' deal.
It is. Oh, my goodness. What element of the national conference are you most looking forward to?
Well, I've said it. I think, okay, gosh, that's like asking what my favorite child is. So
we all know who the favorite child is. There's no question there. I mean,
she is cuter. All right, so I think that I've already said the lip sync video. The lights come down, the countdown clock goes to 0, the music video comes on. And everybody just goes nuts because the energy in the room, the goosebumps and everything. Yes. But I love that moment.
Yes.
I truly love the award ceremony. There's so much that goes into that. As far as it's real. I think the award ceremony is where people truly, especially if you've never been to a nationals, and you're like, I think this Renatus thing is pretty cool, but I'm not so sure. But I don't know, are people really making money? Are they? Is it really changing their lives? Like, I don't know. And you go to that award ceremony for the first time, especially, and it's just you really get to see how real it is. It's for real.
It gets ooey gooey, man.
It does. But it's so fun for me because even I learned stuff about people that I've.
Oh yeah.
I may even see them on Facebook but I don't know certain things. They'll come out on the award ceremony and talk about
some of the struggles
they've been through.
Man.
Maybe they have cancer or. I have no idea, but, and how Renatus enabled them to get through that period of time of life and make an income and whatever. I don't know. I've heard all sorts of awesome, amazing stories, but I love that.
Yeah.
I also love hearing my dad wrap up at the end.
Oh, my gosh. When he does that, when he looks forward at the next year and he says, guys, this, and just wait. There's more.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
There's a lot to the national that gets me excited. What about you?
You forgot one key element.
What's that?
The world's best MC.
The world's best MC is going to MC this one.
He is.
That's right.
He will be there. Live.
Yeah.
In color.
And
will be there to be the world's best MC.
That's right. I look forward to that.
Yes. Me too.
I can't wait to heckle you. I better be careful because I'm going to be on that stage too.
I'm going to bring you up and be like, all right, shut up, Matthew. Get up here.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. 3 amazing training-packed days. We get started at 9 a.m. each day. We typically open up registration at 8 so people can come check in, get your name badge, all of your swag, and then go find your seat. We'll have people there set up ready to help you find your seat. But we are actually going to open up the check-in process the night before. So I think it'll probably be, we'll open it up at like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and then have it run for a couple of hours.
Yep.
So that if you come in sometime Wednesday and you guys want to check in Wednesday evening, you can. So that way you can get all your stuff and just be prepared for the next morning.
Yeah.
And then we get started at 9 o'clock each day. Now, Thursday, pretty standard. Start at 9. We'll probably end right around 6.
Yep.
Friday is unique. We're going to start at 9, and then we end at 2 p.m. The
Yep.
reason why is we have to clear the room so the conference center staff can go in there and actually turn the room over in preparation for the awards banquet.
Yeah, and there's no lunch break.
No, yeah,
From that
exactly.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Exactly.
There's no lunch break because
Yep.
we've got it. But then you get 3 hours till 5 p.m. And then we start up again, and that's with the
Yeah.
award ceremony.
Yep. So plan ahead if you need a couple of snacks to hold you over during the
Yeah.
the longer
Then you can go have
training
lunch
period.
and
Yeah, we'll have a couple of
relax
breaks,
and-
but we just
Yeah.
won't have a lunch break.
Right.
And
Yep.
then we come back at 5.
Yep.
And that begins the awards banquet. And the awards banquet, they are legendary. They
That they are. Just come.
just come,
Just trust us.
and it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And the Hug Fest, it's so funny because never mind, I won't go there. The Hug Fest, it's gonna be great. I'll
Yeah.
never forget my very first national conference. This was way back in 2012. And by the way, did we mention this is the 10th annual national conference?
Yeah. 10
Anyway,
years we've been doing
So
this.
2012 was our very first one, and I'll
Yeah.
never forget being there and having people from across the country walk up to me and say, "Are you Jay?" "Yeah, I am." "You have changed my life because of reason. And I will never forget that. I will never forget feeling that emotion of what kind of a difference Renatus is really making, not just in my life, but in so many lives of people around the country.
Yeah.
And it's all
That's what
because
it's about.
of the efforts that each one of us are putting into it.
That's what it's about.
We get out of Renatus what we put into it, and the more we put in, the more we get out.
And that advice you can take across life.
Booyah.
That's a life lesson right there that
Yep.
I myself had to learn. So yeah. But you especially, you're gonna get out of Renatus what you put into it. So
Yes. So we are getting started March 31st at 9 a.m. We'll go through April 2nd. We'll end at 6 p.m. on Saturday, April 2nd. There is a limited number of T-shirts, the promotional T-shirts that we have. So if you want one,
are we gonna say the number?
Yeah, oh,
Or is
yeah.
it like 500?
500.
500. So
Yep.
the first 500 registrants will get legendary 10-year anniversary 2022
Yes.
National Conference T-shirts.
Yes.
You
And
are gonna want to have one of those.
I can tell you this.
for bragging rights,
I can tell you
especially.
this. If you register today, you will get a T-shirt.
There you go.
If you register tomorrow, I cannot make that same promise.
Yeah, there you go.
So register today. Save your seat because you can select your seat anywhere you want in the room, and get your T-shirt.
Yep.
Because they're awesome.
They are
All
awesome.
right.
Is that everything?
No, one more thing here. So we are continuing the Make Events Great Again reunion tour, the Mega Reunion Tour.
Oh yeah.
we have
this
we
weekend
have 2 stops left.
in Seattle.
This weekend is Seattle, and then the next one is
Salt Lake
March
City.
3rd through the 5th in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And actually, I've heard rumors that it may be right here in this building.
I've heard those same
Like,
rumors.
those people wanted to join us on the J.A.M, and so they were all like, "We're gonna go there and be on the J.A.M."
It's cool. You come out here. Come be
Booyah.
on the jam.
Yeah.
We'll light it up.
With Seattle, please note that the some of the addresses I think have updated for the events.
Yep.
So check back at the event details if you're headed to Seattle for the Mega, so that you know
where
what the
you're going.
updates are, know where you're going, when
Yeah.
you're supposed to be there, all that
Yeah,
fun stuff.
it's good stuff. So,
All right, it is that time.
what time is it, Jay?
That time that we introduce our featured guest.
What are we introducing?
In a world where people can transform themselves, empowered by the Renatus instruction. I couldn't come up with a better word quick enough.
Yes.
We have the poster child for self-development, the poster child for being able to grasp onto the Renatus opportunity with both hands and hold tight and not let go. We have the poster child for being able to create success in their own lives and inspire thousands of people to do the same thing across the nation. We have none other than seasoned PAC member Mr. Michael Huggins.
What's up?
Man, I am so excited for you to be here, my friend.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too,
Thanks
man.
for having me on. What's up, Renatus Nation?
Yeah.
So, the national conference, what year was the first one you went to? Did you go to the 2012 national?
I did. I was there.
Is that the year that you won Rookie of the Year?
No, I've never won Rookie of the Year.
What? I thought you won Rookie of the Year.
Nope, I got the Rising Star that year.
Oh, the Rising Star.
You know what's funny, Michael? Funny memory from Nationals 2015. 2015.
Got to crush it.
I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was Nationals.
Good story, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. The end. Anyways, no. But I remember talking to you at the doors, just inside the doors at the back of the facility, Davis Conference Center, and you were telling me, basically, because if you recall, there were I had some PAC members and stuff that were up there, and you were telling me you were going to be one of them. You are going to be at the top, and so it's, you know, I mean, I've heard that a few times from people and stuff, and it's like, okay, let's see, right? We'll see how it goes, you know, because it takes work, it takes effort, and you did the work, man, and here you are. It's been fun to watch, especially after that conversation I had with you.
So you've been on the PAC for 5 years?
It'll be 5 years now, yep.
5 years.
Yeah.
So tell us, what economic advantages did you have? What were you blessed with when you came into Renatus, right? I know that you had a ton of momentum already built up when you got into Renatus, right?
Yeah, my shoelaces were tied together. In fact, I didn't even have shoelaces.
Yeah, I think you had one shoelace on the left shoe.
My belt was a rope that I found in the garbage can. And I was wearing the same shirt for a month straight. Yeah, I had some great moments.
Oh, man.
You came into Renatus like 10 years ago. And
They say you come in hungry, but I was also starving.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Shoot.
So you earned the Rising Star Award, and then within a few years had earned your way onto the PAC, and now have earned your way onto being a repeat top income earner, a repeat performer. What happened from, Michael who walked into the very first meeting to Michael today?
Well, I think part of it is definitely the environment, because people in this environment are looking at you as a different person than the one you see yourself in the mirror every day. And so because of that ecosystem, that environment that Bob has put together, when you walk in the room and you get treated differently, then you start acting differently. And that acting differently gets you a different result, which then reinforces acting differently, and then it just becomes a thing. So I definitely want to attribute a good amount of that to the environment, because if you walk into a supportive place or a destructive place, it's definitely going to have an impact on you. And then I think the second part would be, it's kind of my confidence in the stats, right? That something like 95% of people are broke by the time they hit 65. 1 out of 20 is financially independent, and only 1 out of 100 is rich. And I started thinking, all right, if I'm talking to 100 people and 99 of them don't know Jack, I can stop listening to them. I can stop pretending that, like, I'm going to take their advice or whatever. It's like, no, I found the guys and gals at this group. They're in that top 1%. I'm going to listen to them. And if I go out in the world and hear something counter to that, I will pay it no mind. And so between that environment of positive reinforcement and then finding that top 1% mindset, it just helped me go through life a lot easier.
Man, I love that.
That's it's kind of profound. You gave yourself permission to stop listening to the masses.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I heard you do a training one time where you talked about embracing the daily habits that you could see yourself doing every single day for the next 5 years, I think was what you had said. Mm-hmm. What are some of the daily disciplines that you've applied, and what is the long-term effect that you have seen in your own life from that application?
Well, there's a couple easy ones. One is an apple a day. I mean, if we're really going to take on the principle of do the easy things you could do every day to benefit your life, before we even got into this business, we all heard an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
So I took that as a literal, like, this is a measurement. Am I getting my apple a day?
Nice.
Right, the metaphor and the literal. And so apple a day, walking, reading, right? I mean, we're so blessed to be literate. We take it for granted. And so, I mean, there's over 1 million illiterate adults in this country. So just the fact that we can read, right? You can read my shirt, you're blessed. So
I like it.
constantly reading, and then practicing gratitude, because before I would start to label things. This is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. And you just cut up the world. And so instead, and it was weird for people at first, but instead everything that came to me, I was just like, all right, cool. I'm grateful for that too. And I'm grateful for that too. And those, you could be grateful. It's hard, but it's something you could do every day. Eating your apple, walk around the block, and reading. I mean, like, it was put to me another way. Like, what you put in your mind is like that mental factory. And if you're putting in bad ingredients, then you can only expect a bad outcome. So, I only have Facebook on my phone during the 10-day challenge.
I like that, Michael. I too agree. As a matter of fact, I was trying to get our Facebook feed pulled up so I could see the questions and comments and stuff coming in, because I don't have it on my phone, and I was like, crap, I didn't have time to get it all sorted out before we got on here. But I like that. I feel like I agree. Garbage in, garbage out, right? So if you're putting garbage into your mind, that's what you can expect to get out.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, baby.
You definitely reap what you sow.
See that baby? Show us that baby.
Hey, there he is.
Hi.
Can you say hi, people?
Hi, people.
Hi.
That's pretty cute.
Okay. Before I get too distracted here, because you brought a cute baby onto the screen.
Yeah, Jay's getting all, you're making him get baby hungry.
Oh, no.
Number 7 on the way?
No. I love babies, especially when they're not mine.
Yeah, other people's at this point. You got to be careful how you say that, by the way. Yeah, so.
All right, so moving on here. So tell me, when did you first start to believe in yourself?
I think when I was 7.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you had the belief in yourself at the time that you found Renatus.
In a way, yeah. I was like, I knew that most people were full of crap. I just didn't know what percentage. And when I got to Renatus, I learned.
Hi, people.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, yeah, just like that. I mean, I was still confused and terrified and broke and hungry and starving and on paper.
But you had that belief. You had belief in yourself that you could do this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
And yeah, I mean, I guess my mom, she helped with that too. Like, she was pretty absent, and I've never met my dad, so my mom would go to school during the day, and then she would work the night shift at a hospital. You wanna go find Mom? Are you okay? You got your glove? There we go.
Hi, people.
Bye.
Bye.
Mommy. Bye. All right, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh man. So let me ask you this question. you've obviously read, you've had a ton of experience in the last 10 years that have crafted you into who you are today, right? What was the quote you said the other day from Bob? Life will either grind you down or sharpen you
up. The choice is
Yeah.
yours. Life will either sharpen you up or grind you down. The choice is yours.
Yeah, and I feel like you have definitely become sharpened up over the last 10 years. So what advice, if you could give one piece of advice to Michael who walked in that door on the very first day, what advice would you give that person?
The sooner you stop caring about other people's opinions, the better.
Whew, that's some good advice.
Yeah.
I've seen that hold a lot of people back from a lot of things, just in life, let alone Renatus. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially you're sitting with homeowners or realtors and they're like, oh, offering that is wrong. Or you go talk to a title company or an agent and they're like, oh, you can't do that. Or you go talk to your tax person and they're like, you can't do that either. It's like all these people, I mean, they're well-meaning, but they're wrong. And so at the attempt to not offend, most people live a small life. And that offense is just someone else's opinion. So I was like, well, I didn't mean to offend you, but if you got offended, it kind of sucks for you. But anyway, we still have this thing we got to finish.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was yeah.
So never allowing other people's limiting beliefs to limit you.
Yeah, which is so, man, that's good advice. I watched a lot of limiting beliefs around my dad all those years, man. And even into starting Renatus, there were a lot of naysayers. There were a lot of people who thought he was crazy. Starting a real estate educational company at the height of the recession, right? So, they were wrong.
Well, yeah, I'll give you another example of how I knew it back when I was like 7 is so knowing that I was raised by a single mom and not knowing my dad. When you go to, first grade or second grade and they ask you, what does your mom do? What does your dad do? And I remember one time saying, I don't know my dad. And then I just saw like pity on the teacher's face. And I was like, I don't like that. That's like, right. That's her judgment. That's her opinion. And it's starting to matter to me. So I just remember seeing that stupid face and being like, no more opinions. I don't care. Like, I don't need your pity. You don't know my house. You don't know, right? I feel like I get all the love from my mom. I feel love from my extended family. I'm not missing anything. And so when they were like, oh, no, and their opinion of me was trying to affect me, that's when I put that shield up. And I was like, I don't need your opinion. Of course, it got me in a lot of trouble as a teenager because sometimes like, those are just your opinions also.
Yeah, sure.
Oh man,
that's funny.
I've got all of these like scenarios running through my head. That's just your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a big Lebowski, right? He's like has a little White Russian or something. He's drinking and someone's freaking out at him, and he just goes, "Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man." And that was it. That's the guy. He's got it. So.
It's funny.
Yeah, that would be my advice. Don't let other people's opinions dictate what you do or don't do.
I love that.
Man, I know that so much of this life is determining where you want to go and then going there.
Yeah.
For some reason, we always let other people say, oh, no, you don't want to go there, or you don't want to go there that way, and we allow other people to inject their opinion. We inject their experience onto what our experience is, and tell us that we can't do it, shouldn't do it, or anything else. But I know that when you are accountable to yourself and you are accountable to the results that you're going to create, man, it frees you up so much, gives you so much more power in your own life.
Well, it comes back to the victimhood that we were talking about last time, right? And the victim mindset and blaming other people and taking control over your life, in other words.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's cool.
That is cool.
That's some good advice, Michael.
Right? I wanted to blame Scott Rowe for having a crappy November.
Huh.
right? Because he gave me COVID October 28th. I had just built all that momentum, and I was like, I want to blame this guy. I have every reason. I got all this. I got a nice list of evidence why it's his fault my November sucked.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even say it out loud. I was just debating it, saying it right here, like, because it just sounds like such nonsense. Even though, like, I got evidence that his actions affected me, which gave me this result. But I'm not a victim.
That's right.
Right?
That's
And
right.
I'm not going to call that good or bad. I was supposed to have November happen that way. That's totally fine. Maybe I wouldn't be so resolute in what I'm going to be doing in 2022 if I could have coasted in November and December.
Yeah.
But because it didn't go the way I was expecting it, and I'm a victor, not a victim, my 2022 schedule totally changed based off of those results.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is people. I believe nothing happens in God's world by mistake, right? So, you were meant to have COVID at that time. I believe, and it may have been for your own good. We just don't know, And so, to curse Scott, which may have changed the course of your future in a way you don't know yet.
What's that saying? Being mad at someone else is like drinking poison and expecting the other
holding
guy to
a
die.
resentment. Yeah. Particularly in AA or in recovery circles, because resentments will keep you sick and oftentimes lead back to whatever addiction it is that you're trying to break. But holding a resentment towards somebody or being mad at them, whatever you want to verbiage. But you holding that anger towards that person, you're the one that has the anger. That other person may not even know, right? That's there. It's not affecting them, and it's going to just destroy the container in which the poison is held, the corrosive substance is held, and so. Yeah, it's true. I mean, we've all probably seen it in life. Just people hold anger in towards something or someone or some organization, and it just destroys them. So,
yeah.
Yep, and I had to work on that because I knew I was going to see him last weekend in the Mega tour in Phoenix, and I was just like, he didn't do it on purpose, obviously, but then also like. We're here on a mission. He didn't skip a beat. I'm not skipping a beat when it comes to this mission, so let's just get back to that.
Yeah.
And we had a fantastic weekend. No issues, no drama. Like, I got rid of all of it before I even saw him. And then someone else came up to me Saturday night, and they're like, Michael, I got to get something off my chest. It was that same thing. Someone was mad at me and, like, drinking their own poison.
Huh.
And I had no idea, and it was just affecting them for like nearly a year, and they finally came out and told me.
Wow.
Like, oh.
And they told you, and it probably really got it off of their chest, and I'll bet they feel so much better now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
They can get back to work now.
So
Get that stuff out of the way so you can get back to work. Money making activities. Build your life out.
Yeah, so we go along the life not knowing who we're offending all the time, and so I can always go and be super precautious and try not to offend anyone, or I could just go and offend everybody and let the chips fall how they may, and the ones who can buy a combo from me.
That's my theory.
One thing I want to add to that is that if you act authentically and share and lift as much as you can. If you share with love, you may frustrate people along the way, but I've noticed that the majority of people are very forgiving of people who offend them if they know, hey, you're sharing out of love. You're not sharing out of any kind of anger or spite.
That's what I was just going to say is I agree with that, except I don't believe in trying to offend people on purpose.
Oh yeah, no.
But if me being me and doing what I'm planning on doing to make the world a better place in how I believe it offends you, then that is really your problem. It's not mine, and I didn't intend. I'm not out to offend anybody. I love people. Actually, I really don't want to offend people. So, I'm
not trying to offend anyone either. But So one of the first cars I got in this Renatus experience, I got a 1990 Ford Ranger, a little single cab, okay?
Yeah.
And we attached to the back of it an enormous 10-foot tall.
I remember that.
billboard.
I remember
Right?
that.
It was like a roadside sign, but it was just a big billboard with reflective paint, and I would drive it around town. Okay, but I'm in this little teeny truck. The sign is bigger than the truck.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'd be going down the freeway at like 49 miles an hour. Right? I'm above the minimum.
Yeah.
And it would just offend people to no end that I'm going that speed. But I'm like, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm happily just cruising along. So just another thing of like, I'm out in the world. I'm not saying anything mean, but people are still getting offended. It's like, okay, whatever. It's like, that's not even a part of my decision factor anymore. Someone will get offended, some won't. So what? I'm out here to promote.
Yeah.
Man.
That rhymed. I like that. That's good. Some rap lyrics right there for you,
There we go.
Michael. I expect to see a good song.
That's
at
right.
Nationals.
That's
coming.
right.
He's going to do our 2023 National Conference rap video.
Yes.
There we
Yes.
go.
That's funny. Man, now you got my head going a whole different direction. That's so funny. So I love the idea, though, that you are going to pursue your goals and your opportunity, and you are going to allow other people to do the same thing. One of my favorite quotes from Dino Watt is, he says, "Humility is knowing that I am the best in the world at what I do, and so are you." So that each one of us can be the best in the world at what we do. Yeah. And we can go and do it and not be ashamed of that, and allow other people around us to be the best in the world at what they do.
Yeah.
And not shame them for it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Man.
I agree.
Man, I love that. I love it, love it.
Yep.
Sorry, my brain's just...
And that, like, looking at people, that's what I felt when I came in, and that's why I think it was so easy. And so if you can offer that to other people when you meet them, instead of being like, well, I'm better or I'm right because I have Renatus or because I'm a member, that betterness and that rightness actually creates a distance instead of bringing you closer to your customer. And so that non-judgment, hey, I'm going to be me to my best. And if you're not feeling like you're your best, maybe you should be in this environment with me. But it does cost to play. You do have to pay to play. But the good news is that everyone else in the environment also paid. And so you're going to be here with a group of really quality people. Coming from that place, that non-judgment has made me way more money by talking to less people, and it's a lot more fun at the same time. So, just putting that out there. If you talk to 1,000 people and you still aren't making $100,000, $200,000 a year, it might be because you're judging people. Just saying.
How often do you think that judgment, what's the right word I'm looking for here? How often do you think that judgment answers questions that we've never asked? So if I were to look at Matt and say, oh, Matt looks like this kind of a person, he's probably not interested in Renatus.
Just say it, Jay. I know you're thinking it.
Okay. He looks like an underwear model. He's probably not going to be like in for Renatus. I get that. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Anyway.
Why would I join this thing when I could make all my money modeling underwear?
Right. Anyway, but how often do you think that judgment, our personal judgment, those aspersions, those other images that we cast on other people, prohibits us from the money-making opportunity right in front of us?
That's right. You might not know, but I've my mother would be very unhappy with me if I became an underwear model. So I want to invest in real estate.
That's what I was hoping you were going to say.
See, but you don't know. That's the thing, is you make
about
these assumptions and you don't know. You don't know why somebody might want to do it. You just, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
We make assumptions about people.
Yeah, I have met every kind of person in this line of work. I've had over 10,000 conversations, one-to-one conversations about this company with people. And so I have seen every kind of person. And sometimes I want to judge. I'm like, ooh, I would never do that. But then it's like, okay, I don't want to be judged either. If I did that stupid thing a year ago or 10 years ago, I don't want someone to treat me today like me 10 years ago. I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna do it again.
Totally agree. Yeah.
So especially people who are like single parents or even people who have felonies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call them felons. It's people who have felonies because sometimes it's just a stupid technicality is what I'm learning.
Yeah.
And but these people can't get jobs. So if you instantly look at them and then you find out, oh, you're a felon. Oh, now I'm not safe. Now I got to go home. I can't do this one-on-one anymore. Right? It's like
and
it's still quality people. Think about all the lessons those folks learned being locked up or having to deal with what they had to deal with. They might have even more tenacity. And so having to drop that judgment, Jay, I'd probably say 90+% of the time, that judgment is preventing, and it's like coming out there and just like changing what you're going to say, changing the connection until you just have such a wall built up, there's no sale.
Yeah.
And I don't like that feeling of being judged, so I work really hard to not judge. And when it does come up, I have to tear it down, like consciously tear it down.
That's awesome. I love how deliberate you are, how accountable you are for how you show up and how you even talk and see people. I love that you're aware of that, conscious of it, and working to improve it constantly. I feel like that desire to constantly improve is what drives so many people to success, is they're constantly looking to do better, and they never sit back and say, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
I have arrived.
Yeah.
So where's
a journey, not a
Sorry,
destination.
what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, imagine if Bob Snyder said that 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm good. I got my millions in the bank. I got my millions in real estate. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That'd be awful.
Just
for
check
tens of
out.
thousands.
It
Yeah.
sure would.
Yeah. And look at the impact that he's made because he didn't say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you what, I've heard it from a lot of other people, but I'm not going to speak for them, but it's made my life better.
It has mine as
gotta-
well.
yeah.
I'm very grateful for
And then
that.
on that thing of judgment, it's like, since we know it's going to happen, don't take it personal if you get judged also. Right? Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about us doing the judging, but then receiving that judgment. It's like, hey, it's all good. Look at this thing on my neck. This is ridiculous, right? Look at this. Okay?
Michael, I
get it.
don't judge you for it.
Well, here's the thing.
Jay does.
Where I'm going to be
He told me.
marketing. I know Jay does. Look at that.
I love beards, man.
He's just jealous. He's jealous he doesn't have it on
Oh,
his
look at
face.
I know I'm using the principle of judgment, but to my advantage. Since I know people are going to judge, instead of going around shooting people, oh, you shouldn't judge, just know that they will.
Sure.
If you get caught, stop it. So I really like wearing the three-piece suits. Three-piece
Yeah.
suit, bow tie, everything fresh, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm doing that where I live now with a clean-shaven face, I won't be relatable. Okay? So I could have a clean-shaven face, but then I would have to wear overalls and flannel.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I opt for the other one. I'm going to do the three-piece suit with a beard.
I love it. Yes. You look great.
Oh, that's
Because
really...
it's authentically you. That's what's
exactly.
like you're not trying to be somebody you're not, and I know that, and so I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love...
it all. I'm trying to blend in, so I went and got a gray 2014 F-150, the plainest of all plain cars. Because I don't want to show up in the 700 horsepower purple BMW because that doesn't create relatability the same way. So
Yeah. Sure. But you live on like a 200 and whatever acre farm and built your own place, and like
oh yeah,
you're just
put
living.
that truck.
You're just doing and you're just doing you. That's what
I'm doing me.
That's what I love.
Man, that's all we really can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how you show up. I love how you share, and I love how real you are about who you are and who you're trying to become. And I loved, even as you were talking about, trying not to judge, but then also on the flip side, being understanding of other people when they do judge you. It's like, yeah, I get it. I try not to judge people too. And I'm not perfect either. I make mistakes. I fall down. So I get it. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's an attitude that everybody would benefit from.
That's
I
probably
agree.
why my team got so big so quickly is because like someone who is legitimately looking for a change is looking for a community like this. And when they come in and they don't have to justify any of their poor decisions in the past,
Yeah.
and they can just start anew, like that is the definition of the name of the company also.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And so bringing that in, I think, showed my first round of people how they should behave and brought in their round of people, and that has just duplicated along the way to where, like, we don't even care who your enroller is. Like you're on our team. We don't care anymore. Like that non-judgment of, oh, you came in from the East Coast or you came in from the West Coast. Nobody cares. And so I get to do that again with this market. This will be the fourth team or fourth market that I've started in the last 10 years. So taking all those ideas and experiences and investing it here in Tennessee, it's going to be a ton of fun.
That's awesome. So you've got your own building, right? There in Tennessee?
Yes. That's right. I was tired of being at the whim and decisions of the owners. And I was just tired of dealing with climate control and Wi-Fi issues and this and that. And, oh, can I have the key? Oh, I can only give the key to 3 people. I'm like, I got 180 people on my team. So let's just buy the building, right? That's why we took these classes anyway. So,
Good for you. Good for you.
That's funny.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it.
So what is 2022 going to bring for you?
I have started a silent competition with a few people. First one to 1 million wins. All right. So we've gotten close. Each of us who have done it have gotten close. So we're going to go for it this year. What it's bringing for me is a proper balance of people. I think there's been a ridiculous imbalance the last 2 years. Mostly, we'll say for safety, sure. But then it started turning into this guise of safety.
Yeah.
And you can see how the people who have been isolated, they call it quarantine, but I mean, there's a reason why, like, the biggest punishment in the prison is solitary confinement.
Yep.
Because it's awful. Right?
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
It's terrible. The worst form of being locked up,
On
right?
a DNA level, people need people. Yeah.
People need people. Okay, so I've done 2,000 Zooms in the last 2 years. That's a lot. Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say so. That's a lot.
That's plenty.
That's like, what is that a day? Like 6 a day? That's a lot.
between
So-
3 and 5 a day every single day. If you take weekends off, then you're looking at 6 to 7 a
Okay,
day.
yeah. Yep. Wow, man. Way to go.
Too much. And I've got some data for me that says if I'm in front of people, I can talk to 100 people in person and sell about 10 combos. Or I can talk to 100 people on Zoom and sell 1 combo.
Yeah. Wow, 10%. 10% effective.
Oh,
I-
dude, it's awful, the Zoom ratios. For
Yeah.
me. Now, some people, maybe it's better for them.
Maybe it is, yeah, but that's good that you actually tracked your numbers and now you know. And now you can
Yeah.
now you know where to put your time and money and effort. So you bought a building.
Exactly.
Good for
We
you.
bought a building. Hot diggity. I know where to
Hot
put
diggity.
my investment. I know what I want out of this business, and part of it was I felt obligation for this time when leadership was needed, because literally I was ready to check out. If you folks remember, March of 2020, we were planning the baby shower. We were about to have a baby, and I was
Yeah.
going to say, guys, see you in 3 months, maybe 6 months. I haven't taken my foot off the gas for 10 years. I'm going to go have a baby, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit.
Yeah.
But the universe had a different plan.
Sure did. Sure did.
So I had to jump on the Zooms, and then we had to make these systems, and as like, this is all reactionary stuff, and I didn't like it. And it was a Band-Aid, and, we did make sales, still made a boatload of money, still helped a lot of people we wouldn't have reached because
Yeah.
we were on Zoom.
Yep.
And but I also realized that if I'm going to help the most for this company, it's not run another 1,000 Zooms in 2022. That would not help this company the most. From my perspective, what would help the most is starting a new market and being someone who, if you're inspired to start a new market, you call me and you say, what did you do to start? And we go over a blueprint. Here's the free way or here's the paid way. How much resource and time do you have? And I want to be known as someone like Scott is known as, someone who starts markets, not just runs Zooms. And
Yeah.
and so if you see me a little bit less on Zoom, then you should come see me in person.
Nice. Oh, I love it.
That's
If you
good.
see me less on Zoom, you should come see me in person.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Huggins, being able to be an observer to your growth and progression over the last 10 years has been truly a privilege. Watching you as you have developed, being able to work with you and learn from you and see as you just embrace these new challenges and these new opportunities, it's been inspiring. It truly has been. I truly appreciate who you are and how you show up constantly, how you always give with your whole heart, your whole mind, unreserved, and like you said, just not judging anyone, just giving for the sake of giving and allowing people to take. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being on the Renatus Jam today and for sharing with us. You're awesome.
My pleasure. Thank you for the loving atmosphere and another platform to be able to talk to the team and the prospective people out in this world. Renatus rocks. I'm so grateful for what it's done for me and my family. I've insisted that my family members get in here. My mom has her essentials. My grandma has her combo. Uncle's got his combo. Cousin has his essentials. And we talked something totally differently. So I don't look at this as just money, but as a totally different way to change our family tree. So thank you for being a part of this organization and doing what you do. And Matt, same thing with you, just being real, raw, and authentic and allowing me to be me. And just you guys putting this platform together too, and like talking about the Renatus Nationals and everything that goes behind the scenes. Not many people understand that, and so the 100-hour weeks that you folks put in there, I appreciate it. The sleepless nights of you just being willing to sacrifice that stuff for all of us, and it go unrecognized. I'm gonna recognize it now and say thank you very much for all your time and energy in our businesses. So thank you.
Oh, you know what? It truly is our pleasure. We love what we do. I mean, we love what we do. And when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like an opportunity. And that's what Renatus is all about, is being an opportunity to improve, progress, learn, and grow. So thank you, my friend. Thank you for being what I consider to be the Renatus poster child for what Renatus can potentially do for you, for individuals. And thank you for helping us to continue rocking Renatus.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Renatus rocks.
Renatus rocks.
Renatus rocks.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Huggins. We'll talk to you later.